Okay, let's start now. So for more than 21 days we are meeting. So let us start with the prayer. So Meghair Meduramambaram Vanabuaha Shyamas Tamaladrumaihi Naktam Bhirurayam Tvameva Tadimam Radhe Griham Prapaya Ittam Nanda Nideshitas Chalitayoho Pratyadva Kunjadrumam Radha Madhavayor Jayanti Yamuna Kule Rahakelayaha. So with this, we will just do a feedback as usual. Then we will look at revision. Then we will look at sloka meaning. So now I have received a couple of feedbacks. So just let me share them. So one of them is last time I talked about the Kurma temple. So one of the participants in this group, Upendra Kamath, has been physically visited that temple and he has shared a couple of photographs. Whatever photographs on Kurma temple I showed last time was based on Google. Now here we have got a first-hand experience. So these are the details relating to that temple. It is at Srikakulam, which we are aware of. So I thought I will share some images of that. So this is another image from the temple outside, and there are a lot of tortoises or kurmas around the temple. So there is a lot of nature also in and around that temple with specific reference to kurma. Then the second one, the feedback I got, there was a question also last time. What is the difference between Upama and your Rupakam? So they wanted some more clarification. So just before we start today's slokas, I will spend some time on this picture. Have I shared this image earlier? Does anybody remember this image? Have I shared it or not shared it? Do you remember? Or you are seeing all these images for the first time? Okay, so I have shared this image. If you remember and go back through your revision of slides, you will see this on day 1 when I started about Narayaniyam. At that time, I had shared this. So now if I am looking at the entire Kavyam, when you are reading, you have to have a 3-dimensional approach to the Kavyam. So first one is Vyakaranam, which you have already seen. When we did Ramayana, we looked at all the Sandhi, Samasa, present tense, future tense, etc. Then when we did a dedicated, so Vyakaranam we discussed in 21 days. We also discussed about Vrittams in the Narayaniyam, around 25 different Vrittams of Narayaniyam also we discussed. So that is the second dimension. The third dimension to a Kavya is Alankaram. So maybe we have not taken, so here in the today's session, I will only give you a high level overview. Maybe after a few months, because it is more complex, so we need to understand the language first. Only once we understand the language, we will be able to appreciate and understand Alankaram better. So today I will give you a bird's eye view of Alankaram. And then maybe after 3 to 4 months, when you all get used to the words and vocabulary, we can do a deep dive like Vritta Ratnakaram. We can also do a 4 or 5 day session only on Alankaram. Okay, that is far-fetched. But now we have to understand Alankaram at a higher level. So basically Alankaram can be classified into 3 categories. One is Shabdalankaram, one is Arthalankaram, one is Ubhayalankaram. So Ubhayam, as we all know, is double. This side, it can be Ubhayam means both. So within Shabdalankaram also you have got Anuprasam, you have got Yamakam, you have got Shlesham, you have got Punarukti, you have got Vipsa, you have got Vakrokti, and there is also something called Chitra Kavyam. So I will be taking Chitra Kavyam in depth. Once we finish this Jayadeva's Ashtapati, I already lined up the next sloka for you is Vatapuranatashtakam. So once I take Vatapuranatashtakam, the next thing which I am going to discuss is Chitra Kavyam. Chitra Kavyam is very, very interesting. And many of you would not have imagined that Sanskrit Kavya has got an Chitra Kavyam perspective. We will see what is Chitra Kavyam. Is anybody in this group aware of what is a Chitra Kavyam? Anybody in this group is aware of what is Chitra Kavyam? It's a very interesting concept. Nobody is aware of what is Chitra Kavyam. Okay, I will give you certain clues. Okay, the clue is like, have anybody heard about Mala Bandham, Naga Bandha, Chakra Bandham? These are some of the clues I have to give you. Anybody has heard about Nagabandham, Chakrabandham? Any responses I can expect? Okay, yes. So at least one person has heard what is Nagabandham, Chakrabandham, etc. Good. So we will discuss. Yes, Satish Bhatt, very good. Varadendra Tirtha Swamiji has written what is called as Nagabandham, Chakrabandham, and Malabandham. So we will take that. Yes, Pushpa Bandham also is there. So we will take this as a special 2-3 sessions only on Chitra Kavyam, because again Chitra Kavyam does not require knowledge of Sanskrit. It requires knowledge of syllables. The way for Vrittam we need to understand syllables. Same way for understanding Chitra Kavyam you need to know only the syllables. So that we will see after a few more sessions. Then we come to what is called as Arthalankaram. Under Arthalankaram we have got Upama, Rupakam, Utpreksha, Manavikaran, Virodhabasam, Sandeha, Adishayokti, Upameyopama, Bhrantiman, and 26 more. So that is another PhD subject like our Vrittaratnakaram. And then there is Ubhayalankaram. So in today's session we will only look at 2 types of Shabdalankaram and 2 types of Arthalankaram we will see. So the first and the common Anuprasa Alankaram is what all of us know. So again Anuprasam is again split into 5. We are not going to go into depth of that. That is Cheka Anupras, Vritya Anupras, Lata Anupras, Antya Anupras, Srutya Anupras, etc. Some of the examples I can give you is Daha Daha Narasimha we have seen, Sara Sara we have seen, Kwaso Kwaso we have seen, Jagata Pagata Papam, Snapayasi Payasi Shamita Bhavatapam, which we saw in Jayadeva's Ashtapadi itself. So these are some of the examples of your Anuprasam. If I have to give you the simple example, last time also I gave you about talking about the Lord, where he had asked, okay, just a second, somebody is trying to log in. Just a second. Okay, now, so in this Anuprasam, again in the English example I had given you, is he is smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, he alone is, nothing else is, if anything else is, it is because he is. So the word is repeating. That is a typical example of Anuprasam. So we have got 5 sub-classifications. As we go along, we will see the sub-classification. The next important one is Yamakam. So 2 types of Shabdalankaram we are going to take. So in this case, Yamakam is also a category under Shabdalankaram where you have the same word, but the word meaning is totally changed. So let us look at this Yamaka Bharatam. Dhyayet Paramanandam Yan Mata Patimayada Paramanandam Ujjita Paramanam Dampatyadya Sramaihi Sadeva Paramanandam. So the word Param Anandam is used 4 times in one sloka, but 4 of them have got 4 different meanings. Similarly, Yasya Karalolam Chakram Kalaha Param Paraha Sahi Karalolam. So Karalolam comes twice, but both the meanings are different. Pavamanaha Sada Pavama Gada Pavamanaha Sada Pavamanaha. So this is a typical example, and this Yamaka Bharatam is full of Yamakas where the words are repeating but the meanings are different. So now let us take the first poll on this. Can anybody tell who is the author of this Yamaka Bharatam? Who is the author of this Yamaka Bharatam? I have launched the poll. Those who cannot see the poll, you can see my slides and then answer. Who is the person who has wrote this Yamaka Bharatam? This is a very, very famous work. Maybe if time permits, once we advance to COVID and things like that, we can study this also. But it is a long one. It is around 80 to 90 slokas. So how many of you are not able to see the poll? They can answer 1, 2, 3, 4 in the window itself. 1 is Ramanujacharya, 2 is Shankaracharya, 3 is Madhvacharya, and 4 is Vedanta Deshikar. Who is the author of Yamaka Bharatam is the question. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 19 people have responded so far. So 22 people have responded. Anybody wants to do it in the chat who cannot see the poll, please answer to me privately in the chat. Those YouTube guys can write 1, 2, 3, 4. You do not type the entire thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm expecting some more answers before we proceed. I've got only 76% of the people. 23 people have answered out of the 30 people. I'll give you a few more seconds. So I'm going to end the poll here now. Okay, so 48% of them got it right. It is actually Madhvacharya. So those who answered on YouTube also, they are right. It is Madhvacharya who has written this Yamaka Bharatam, which is full of Yamakas only. Now let us proceed further. So now two things I want to show as far as Yamaka is concerned. So Madhvacharya, as you see, now in this same Yamaka Bharatam, you have got sloka number 77. And sloka number 77 is only 28 times bha. Bha, 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 bha is first and second padam. The third and fourth padam is again bha, 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 bha. Maybe we will take 28 days to understand the meaning. This 28 bhas have got 28 different meaning. That is the beauty of a Yamaka. Similarly, I have given one more Yamaka. This is from Shishupala Vadam Mahakavyam, where we have to spend lot of times to understand. This is all play of words. So by this, two are the best examples I can give as far as Yamakam is concerned. And it is a real beauty. Maybe we will take ages to study and understand it. So now, next we go to what is called as Arthalankaram. So two types of Alankaram we saw in Shabda. One is Anuprana, one is Yamakam. I hope Yamakam you will never forget. Only thing whenever you remember Yamakam, remember about Yamaka Bharatam. That's all. And Madhvacharya. And remember Bha, 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 which is the best example to remember. Now we go into what is called as Arthalankaram. Arthalankaram again 30 plus varieties. We are not going to that. We are only going into two top ones, which is called Upamalankaram and Rupakalankaram, because we need to understand the clear difference. Somebody had asked me also last time, what is the difference between Upama and Rupakam? So now let us do the next poll. So next poll, I am giving you 4 phrases or parts of the slokas. And from this sloka, you have to identify which one is the one. You need to identify the odd padams out of. Don't look at, don't tell me this is from Ramayana and the other is from Jayadeva Ashtapadi. That is not the odd one I am looking. I am looking from an Alankaram perspective. So those who are on YouTube can answer 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can read it out for you. So the first one is Samudra iva gambirye dhairyena himavaniva kalagni sadrisha krode shamaya prithvi samaha Dhanadena samastyage satye dharma ivaparaha Dalita hiranya kashupu tanu bringam. These are the four phrases. In this, which of them is the odd one? So that I can discuss further and bring in lot of clarity. So the answer is actually Dalita Hiranya Kashupu Tanu Bringam is the right answer, because all the first three are Upama Alankaram. Now I'll explain to you what is Upama Alankaram using these three examples. Whenever you are doing an Upama Alankaram, certain specific key words are present directly and visible in the sloka itself. This we had discussed it earlier also when we discussed Ramayanam also, Valmiki Ramayanam. Iva is like, the word Iva is there. So Samudra Iva Gambirye. This is a direct example of an Upama Alankaram. Dhairyena Himavan Iva. So when you are doing an Upama Alankaram, these words are specifically there. Which are the words? One is Iva. So last time also I told you that there are around 26, this one, what is that, 25 or 26 Upamas are there in Bhagavad Gita, as I said last time. So I could not get the time to find out and identify those things. Maybe at a later stage I will find out whenever I get time and show you the 25 or 26. The other word which will identify whether it is an Upama or not is Sadrishaha. So, Kala Agni Sadrishaha Krodhe. So, the second word is Sadrishaha. The third word is Samaha. Shamaya Prithvi Samaha. Then, Dhanadena Samaha. Again, the word Samaha is come. Satye Dharma Iva Aparaha. So, in all these cases, an Upama Alankaram, what happens is this is specific keywords are there itself in the sloka. Such cases are called Upama Alankaram. In case of an Rupakam, which we have seen in many places, okay, some more examples of your Upama Alankaram is Ramaravanayor Yuddham, Ramaravanayor Iva. The word Iva is there. But when you come to Dalita Hiranya Kashupu Tanu Bringam, which was our point of discussion last time, so Kashupu Tanu Eva Bringam by a Samasa, here he is comparing Kashipu and the bumblebee. He is not comparing them directly. He is comparing an attribute of a bumblebee which is dark in color. He is also looking at the attribute of Hiranyakashipu which is also dark in color. Then he is comparing these two attributes. The attribute is black. So Hiranyakashipu, who was black like a bumblebee, that is the difference between Rupakam and Upama. So by experience, we will come to know. So now we come into today's session, because this also is equally important. Now I will play that MS Subbalakshmi's 3 slokas, and then we will proceed with the today's meaning. I'll just stop the share for a second. Okay, now if you look at it, Keshava is again. Keshava is Sambodhana, Pratama, Dhrita, Rama Sharira, again, Tvam, Kane means in the battlefield. Dikpati Kamaniyam is Dvitiya Vibhakti, Ramaniyam is again Dvitiya Vigavati, Dasha Mukha Mauli Balim Vitarasi Jagadisha Hare Jaya. So as we have seen, dark brown means it is a Kriya Padam. So Jaya, Jaya we have been seeing from day one. So the second Kriya Padam is Vitarasi. Vitarasi in this context is a Kriya Padam which means Tra, give. So Tra, it comes from the Dhatu called Tra. It is give. It is Lat, Parasmai Padi, Madhyam Purush, Eka Vachanam. So Vitarasi is the key word. He Keshava, He Dhritarama Sharira, Tvam Balim Vitarasi is the principal clause. So now Tvam Rane Balim Vitarasi means you are giving Bali is or sacrifice. All of us know what is Bali. Bali means sacrifice. So you are giving the sacrifice in the war. Now what is the sacrifice? To whom the sacrifice is, we will see in the next slide as we take the dissection of each of the words. So Dhrita Rama Sharira, as we know, is Bahuvrihi Samasa, as we all see. Dhrita Haladara Rupa, Dhrita, all that Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa, all they are called a class called Bahuvrihi. So what is the meaning of Rama Sharira here? Ramante Yoginaha Asmin iti Ramaha Dhritam Tasya Rupam Yena Saha. So Keshava, who took the form of Rama. Then Rane, we have seen Rane is Saptami Vibhakti, it is a common noun. Then Dik Pati Kamaniyam, it's again a Tatpurush Samas. Disham Pati, who is the Lord of the Dishas. So it is called Ashtadikpati, with all of us know, Indra, etc. Tesham Kamaniyam, as desired by the Ashtadikpalas. What was the given? Ramaniyam. Ramaniyam is again Kridantam. Rama Kridayam plus you add Aniyar, it becomes Ramaniyam, which is pleasing to the heart. Dashamukha Mauli Balim. So Tatpurush Samas here. Dashamukhani Yasya Sa Dashamukaha. So that is our Ravana. Tasya Maulinam Bali. Mauli means here head. So Tat. So what did he give? So if you go back to the Dhatu Vitarasi, 1 minute. Just a second. So if you look at here, the Dhatu, give is the Dhatu here. So what did he give? He gave the Bali or the sacrifice. What is the sacrifice given? The sacrifice given were the 10 heads of Ravana. The 10 heads of Ravana was given as sacrifice. To please whom? To please the Ashtadikpalakas. That is how the meaning is. So to please the heart of the and as desired by the Ashtadikpalakas, the head of Ravana was given as an offering, is what we understand from this sloka. We had done Ramayana 21 days and understood the meaning. Today I am going to give you 2-3 different perspectives of Ramayana, maybe 5 minutes each. One of the perspective of Ramayana which I want to give today is based on the astronomical calculations. If you look at the Ramayana, there are a lot of detailing which is happening. There are a lot of details which is there. So this is one of the detail is the horoscope of Rama, how it was mentioned. So this horoscope was written and given to me by my guru based on the 2-3 slokas of Balakandam. So the slokas in the Balakandam is 18:8, 18:9, 18:14. Tatascha dvadashe mase chaitre navamike tithau nakshatre adidi devatye swocha samsteshu panchasu graheshu karkate lagne vakpatavinduna saha is the description. Based on this, you can draw the entire horoscope of Rama. Similarly, Bharata was born with Pushya Nakshatra. Pushye jatastu Bharataha Meena Lagne Prasannadihi Sarpe. Sarpam is Ashlesham. Jatocha Saumitri Ulire Byudite Ravau. So if you read Ramayana from an astronomical perspective, there is so much of detailing which is there on the day which Rama went away for exile, the day when Rama came back. All this detailing is there in the Valmiki Ramayana. So that is, so if you are an person who is studying astronomy, He can all, or astrology also to a certain extent. You can have a lot of benefits out of Ramayana. That is a different perspective. Then another perspective I want to give you is about the history or the geography during Ramayana. So I will show you only, the map is too big. If anybody is interested in knowing the geography in the Ramayana age, you can send me a WhatsApp. I will share you this entire PDF map, which is there with me in PDF format, which is showing the Ramayana in the Ramayana age, how the entire India was there. So in the round box here, you can see Ayodhya, Videha, you can see KK Rajya, you can see Madra, Kamboja, Gandhara, etc. So this will be another study for research for those people who are interested. Again, this is the second part. If you see a dark line here where my arrow is taking down, is the route which was followed by Rama up to Sri Lanka. So now if you look at Sri Lanka, again, this is shared by one of my ex-colleagues, Mr. Ramana Murthy. He had been to Sri Lanka recently. So this is the photographs which he has taken and shared it with me. If you look at the history of Lanka, Lanka is, as per Ramayana, is on a mountain called Trikutachala. And the same Trikutachala in the modern day in Tamil, it is called as Trinkonamali. Trikonam. Konam means all of us know. Trinkonamali is nothing but Trikutachala mountain. So the place where Sita was sitting, etc., is even now there in Sri Lanka. I do not know whether anybody has visited in this group and seen these places live. So these are some of the things I wanted to talk about Rama. The third interesting aspect, this is specifically people from Kerala will know it. I don't know when anybody outside Kerala knows it. In Kerala, we have got temples dedicated to all the four brothers. So you have got Rama's temple, you have got Lakshmana temple, you have got Bharata temple, you have got Shatrughna temple separately. So many of my friends who are from Kerala knows about this Ramayana Masam, etc. Where when they go for Ramayana Masam, you visit all these four temples together. So the first temple is Triprayar, which is a Rama temple near Guruvayur. Then you have got what is called as Murikulam Lakshmana temple. Again, when we get some time, we will talk about the Alvars. I had already given you a brief description about the Alvars and the Vaishnava tradition. If you remember, when we talked about Shadari in Narasimha Stuti. So as per the Vaishnava and the Alvar tradition, they have got what is called as the 108 Divya Deshams or 108 Vaishnava temples. So in that, okay, now I will stop, almost done 90%. A few more, then I can stop. So I think most of you have got it right. So Vapushi is the right answer. Now we will see each word one by one. Okay, so in this same way, Keshava is Sambodhana Pratama, Haladhara Rupa, Tvam, Vishade, Vapushi, Jaladhabam Vasanam. This is the Anvayam. Then we will take word by word. Hala Hati Biti Milita Yamunabam Vahasi. So Vahasi is the Dhatu here in addition to Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya. So what is it that Vahasi or whatever, what is it that you are carrying or you are wearing? So Vahasi is to carry or wear. So here let us look at now. Vahasi is the Kriya Padam. Vaha means to carry. Lat Parasmai Padam, Madhyama Purush, Eka Vachanam. So in this entire sloka, if you look at it, all the dhatu is ending with CC. Everywhere, we have seen everywhere it is Madhyam Purush, Eka Vachanam. So Vahasi. So what is it? Now let us look at word by word meaning. Again, Haladhara Rupa, all of us know Hala is the plough which he is carrying. So it is a Bahuvrihi Samas. Dhritam Haladharasya Rupam Yena Saha Haladharaha. He who took the form of Haladharaha. So that picture which I showed you. Vishade is white or fresh white or milky white. Vapushi, Vapuhu. All of us have heard this word which is very common. Vapuhu means body. So Vishade Vapushi. Vishade is Saptami. Vapushi is also Saptami. So he is exactly opposite of Krishna. Krishna is dark in color. Balarama was very, very fair. So that is one word which is related to color. Vishade means very in fresh color, because Saptami, because Vapushi is in Saptami. So Vishade in white color or fair in color is the color of Balarama, is one color which is described. The next color which is described is Jaladabham. So all of us know Jaladaha, Payodaha, all this we have discussed earlier also. Payodi we discussed. So we discussed Jalam Dadati iti Jaladaha. So one that which gives you the water, that is referring to the cloud. Tasya Abha. Tasya Abha Iva means one who is having the color of the cloud. So that is blue or dark colored. So we have seen this Sandra Payodha Saubhagam. So many places we have seen this word Payodaha, Sandraha, Tik, etc. So this is talking about the color of the Vasanam. Vasanam is dress. So here he is describing Balarama, who was fair in color, who was wearing a dark blue, like the dark cloud, that thick cloud which is about to rain. It has got a different color which is dark blue in color. So Balarama, who was wearing the dark blue colored dress, what happened to him? The next word, which is one word, Hala, Hati, Bhiti, Milita, Yamu, Nabham. So it is again Bahuvri Samasa like Haladara Rupam. Halena, Hatihi, one who hits or blows with the. So these are multiple correct answer questions here. So which of the statement is true regarding Jagannath Puri? All of us know about Jagannath Puri and the temple of Jagannath Puri. So there are multiple right answers here. Please read through. There are 6 different options. So those who are on YouTube can give 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4 or 2, 3, 4, etc. Sorry, I have given you only 4 here. Okay. Actually, there are 6 in the other. So now 96% of the people, the right, Balarama is white in color. Just now only I told. God, thank God, nobody answered the reverse. So in this picture, if you are seeing, you can see Balarama on one side and Krishna on the other side, and in the middle is Subhadra, their sister. Okay, so that is correct. Somebody has answered the idols are made of Panchaloha. No, this is 3 of them have answered that the idols are made of Panchaloha. So this is specifically for them. Please remember, this is not made of Panchaloha. These are made of wood, and the wood used for making this idol is from the neem tree. All of us know which is the neem tree. Okay, then what is the other answer? Okay, so around 23 people have told it is made out of wood. Good. Then these idols are replaced periodically because wood has got certain characteristics. The wood gets decayed over a period of time. These idols are also replaced periodically. And Puri is also one of the 4 mathas established by Shankaracharya. If you know about Shankaracharya has established 4 mathas for each Veda. So you have got Rig Veda, Atharva Veda, Yajur Veda and Sama Veda. So you had Badri, Joshimat or Badrinath. You had Puri. You have Dwaraka, and in south there is some bit of dispute between Kanchi or Sharada Peetham. So there is one school of thought which is telling it is Kanchi Peetham. Another school of thought is telling it is Sharada Peetham. So this is also a very important place. So typically you will have 4 Shankaracharyas at any given point of time from these 4 mathas. Now what happens to this, because it is a wood, depending upon the periodicity, 8, 12 or 19 years, based on some astronomical calculations of Adhika Masa, etc. The entire, the idols are changed during them. The last change was done in 2015. that process of changing the idol is a very religious process which spreads across 7 to 15 days. It is called Nabho Kalebara in your typical Bengali or Oriya style. It is actually Vabhayor Abedam. It is Nava Kalevaram. Nava means new, Kalevaram means body. When it goes into Odisha and Odia and Bengali, it becomes Nabo Kaleboro. That is how they pronounce it. So that is very important aspect of Balarama and this temple. So this Venkatanayaka in Kali Yuga, it is Venkatanayaka, that is Tirupati Balaji, all of us know. Now other temples of Balarama I have heard, I have not seen, is the Malpe Balarama temple in near Udupi. Then in Kerala you got a lot of Balarama temples. This is again only Google. It is not I have not visited any of this temple. So Puttukulangara Sri Krishna Balarama temple, Alua, there is a Balarama temple, Mayur, there is a Balarama temple, Nenmani Balarama temple, Trikkayil, Trishur, there is a Balarama temple, and Aranmula Parthasarathi temple there is. Then in Govardhan, there is a Balarama temple. Kolkata I have seen Balarama temple because I spent a lot of time in Kolkata. Then Orissa has got 3-4, then Canal, Kendrapara, etc. Now, the other side of Balarama or the perspective of Balarama, let me see how many of you are aware of this. So now, let us start the next quiz on Balarama. This is the last poll for the day. Went on a pilgrimage and did not participate in the war is the right answer. Only 2 people have made mistakes in the poll. He was managing the Pandava army from behind. No, that is wrong. And those who are on the YouTube, answer 3 is right. He went on a pilgrimage. So Balarama was an expert in your Gada Yuddha. In fact, he was the guru for both Duryodhana and Arjuna. Then he was very neutral. So he did not want to be a part of the war. He went on for pilgrimage. So a lot of people are aware of it. Good. So that is the perspective of Balarama. So now we conclude Balarama's this one in this free translation, which I said has got a different interpretation here. Okay. Jagat Swami, O killer of demon Keshi, O Hari, taking the form of Baladeva, you sport a brilliant white complexion and blue clothes that resemble the beauty of fresh rain clouds. It seems that the river Yamuna has hidden in your cloth, fearing the blow of your plow. O wielder of the plow, may you be victorious. So we have got time only for this. So next week we will conclude with the remaining 3 slokas. Now I can take the, just a second. This is whatever I could get. Okay, the question is why Ashtavadikpalaka wanted the head of Ravana? Because Ashtavadikpalakas again is headed by Indra. So Ravana was harassing them. So because they were also fed up with Ravana's harassment, that is why they wanted Ravana to be killed. That is why it is figuratively they have told that they wanted the head of Ravana. Indirectly, what it is meant is that they wanted Ravana to be killed because Indra and other Ashtadikpalaka and the Dikpalakas were troubled by Ravana for that purpose. Good. Satish, but 1 minute. Yes, you can unmute and speak.
Nandamohan.
Yes, Satish.
This word Mayur reminded me something. So there is a temple, Krishna temple, Balakrishna in Kannur district. That
okay.
Is Trichambaram, and this Mayur is about 25 to 30 kilometers from this place. So
okay.
Festival in this Krishna temple for 14 days. When this Balarama comes to meet Krishna, stays with him for 14 days, and all the festivities are conducted, and the very touching and emotional farewell is there for Krishna. That is known as, they call it Kodipiriyal. Kodipiriyal is like Krishna and Balarama, they both dance. They don't want to separate, and Balarama doesn't want to go. And interestingly, one person, I have stayed at that place for 2-3 years, so I know.
Okay, good.
Actually, one person, they call him that he's a traditional man who actually brings milk for Krishna every day. He's known as Palamratan in that place. He comes with a pot of milk on the head, and believe that Krishna goes behind the milk and Balarama cries and goes back to Mayur. So it is very touching. You will see all people crying there on that day. So Govinda, Govinda karke, everyone there will definitely cry, and there will be tears on that day of farewell. It happens around March 22nd is the day. Someone interested can, of course, go there. The place is known as Trichambaram Krishna Temple. It's a very interesting place. Very lovely place.
Good.
Mayur Balarama, you just reminded me of that Mayur temple. It's near in the Kannur district.
Okay, good. So I will take now any good, nice information. Maybe for the benefit of a lot of Keralites here, they can. Jambaram. Okay. Shall I mute you now? I think Gurunath Rao wants to speak. Gurunath Rao.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
There is a Balarama temple near Udupi. It is 3 kilometers from Krishna, 3.5 kilometers from Udupi Krishna temple. The place is Vadabhandeshwara.
Okay.
Vadabhandeshwara, and it is on the sea, almost on the seashore. Seashore, said to be Pratisthapana done by Madhvacharya.
Okay, that is the same one which I am talking about, Malpe, which I am telling.
Yes. From there, Malpe is 1 kilometer.
Okay.
It is very near to Udupi actually. Malpe is the beach, and before reaching Malpe, there is Vadabhandeshwara.
Okay, very good. So a lot of information people are sharing from the experience. Good. Can I mute you?
Dan? Sure.
Okay, Girija can speak now.